Internet. So today is the first day of Fledermaus. I'm playing Sally. I'm doing this show with the Martina Arroyo Foundation's Prelude to Performance. I did the program 2 years ago. I loved it. I got the opportunity to perform with them again earlier this year for like an outreach performance where we did scenes from Hansel and Gretel. I love these people. I love working with them. I'm super excited to be starting the program and doing it again. And yeah, so I got a ride with my mom this morning, so I got into Manhattan like kind of early, so I just chilled in a Starbucks near her office for a little bit. So now I'm gonna go hop on the train and go into rehearsal. Okay, so we had the little like meet and greet first meeting thing this morning, and they released us until 2, I think, and we start rehearsal at 2. This afternoon we have like a musical sing through. We just, you know, gonna go through the whole score, or I guess whatever we can get through in the time we have in rehearsal. I literally have like 3-ish hours to kill, so I'm gonna do some practicing. I might go get lunch with my friend Linda. She's literally like across the hall in a practice room too. Got to see some people that I hadn't seen in a really long time this morning, so feeling good. Although what I don't miss are these space pod practice rooms. This one, for some reason, doesn't have a piano bench in it. Like, like I'm considering, I see that there's like 2, there's like a chair and a bench in the next room, and I might just go grab one because like I need to use the piano and I don't want to be like leaning over. But yeah, like I like to move around when I'm practicing, so like I'm literally touching the ceiling. I am like, okay, I have to get on my tiptoes like a little bit, but like I'm not a tall person and I can pretty easily touch the ceiling. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to practicing in this little space pod. What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, there's a meme going around that explains why Canadians are so nice. And the reason is that once a year, there's a ceremony that takes place in midnight, and they gather around a campfire and they pour all their evil thoughts and all their meanness gets burned out and gets put into Canadian geese. And so the Canadian people are happy and the Canadian geese are assholes. And there you go.
Did you kill anybody at work today?
No, I nearly killed myself.
So, fun fact, the entire contents of the top 2 shelves over my desk is in the living room right now. I had to turn my desktop like that because I didn't really want to unplug everything. It normally like faces this way, but I just kind of like pushed it a little bit this way and put it like closer to the wall, so I guess it'd be harder to knock over, I don't know. And then I moved the TV up and I just kind of adjusted so they could put a unit there, but as you can see, they have not. I mean, like, obviously these things don't get done in a day, and like this is the first day of construction, so like I wasn't really expecting there to be a unit up there, but I also had to like pack up everything and like clean up so people could get through here like really late last night, anticipating that like there would be work in here, and there wasn't, so like I'm just a little mad. I had 2 really long days of filming this weekend. I filmed for like, I mean, I had like 6 working hours, but I was at the place for like 8 or 9 hours yesterday, and I had 2 video shoots on Friday for a promotional video, and to be quite honest, I'm still kind of feeling the effects of that. I'm feeling pretty tired in my body. I'm honestly surprised that like my brain wasn't shot for like most of today, because like filming stuff, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like if I'm filming something, like I need 100% of my focus. So if I have to film for like 6 hours, and like given yesterday it wasn't like 6 hours straight, but like it was 6 hours total-ish, I need to be like at 100% like peak focus, like using all of my brain power for that long. It's really tiring. But anyway, I had a really good first day. I'm feeling energized. The only thing I have left to do for the day is edit a vlog that I'm posting today. I was planning to edit it over the weekend, and then that did not happen. So again, I'm feeling good after doing the program today and starting it. And I just want to say that like it's so nice to come home at the end of the day and then like not really have anything else to do. So like yes, I'm gonna go over like some of the notes I was given in rehearsal, some of like I just wrote down any like musical notes in a notebook, and I'm just gonna go over that. And I'm probably gonna read over some spots where I had like little trouble spots, but like I like that. I like practicing. I like working on this stuff. And for the past like 4 or 5 months when I was student teaching, I didn't have time to do anything. I barely had enough time to do the things that I needed to get done. I was running on empty all the time. I was working 12, 14-hour days. And like honestly, that's not that different from normal life at Copeland, where it's like I go home, but then I'm still not done. I have to do homework. I have to work on this, that, and the other thing. So the point being, I actually have some freedom to do what I want to do at the end of the day, and that is like it seems small, but it's like kind of a really big thing, and I really am grateful for that. So I decided to be kind of bougie and go to Food Emporium for lunch. And like, it wasn't that expensive, and like the food is obviously like healthier than like Chipotle or pizza or something like that. But it's also only like 2-3 blocks from the building, and it's currently raining its ass off outside. Okay, I'm home. I feel like 50 shades of disgusting because I was sweating from like the heat of outside and also just like the heat of the subway. And then I was also getting rained on as I walked home from the bus. My hair has grown like 3 sizes. But other than that, I haven't really like talked to you guys today. I think that's mainly because like it's hard enough to like hold a camera and vlog as you're like walking down the street, especially in Manhattan. But then to have to do all of that while holding an umbrella and trying like not to get the camera wet and trying like not to get like rained on, it's just no. And like honestly, there isn't that much to talk about today. Not really a lot happened today. We finished up the music run-throughs with both casts, with the principal cast and the cover cast. We started going into staging, and like I wasn't needed for any of that because they started at the top of Act 1. I'm not in Act 1 at all. So tomorrow we're doing staging all day, and it's only gonna be Act 1, or at least we think it's only gonna be Act 1. But like we'll finish Act 1 tomorrow, and like maybe if we get lucky we'll start Act 2. As of right now, I am called for all of tomorrow, despite the fact that I'm not in Act 1 at all. I mean, like, who knows, they might just send out an email being like, if you're not in Act 1, you don't have to come tomorrow, or you don't have to come until like this time tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm planning on going in tomorrow, and then like maybe towards the end of the day they'll need me. I don't know. I'm gonna see if there's like work I can take with me, although I don't really have work to do. Well, I do, but like you can't just be like sitting there with a laptop and headphones on editing a video in a professional opera production rehearsal. Now that I think of it, I might just like take an opera score that I just got and just start translating it, because as it stands right now, I potentially have 7 hours to kill in the rehearsal room tomorrow. So yeah, it was like kind of uneventful for me. I did some singing in the morning and I did really not a lot in the afternoon. I mean, like, it was still a good day, and like I'm meeting people on the cast and they seem really nice. I actually ran into one of my castmates at like the coffee shop across the street this morning. I had stopped there to get breakfast because like I just didn't have time to make breakfast before I left the house, and she had stopped there to get a coffee, so we just kind of like had breakfast and chatted before we had to go to rehearsal for the morning, and that was nice. But yeah, I think I said on yesterday's vlog that I was gonna edit a vlog that was supposed to come out yesterday. Well, update, that didn't happen because I sat down to edit it and I just felt really tired, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna like listen to my body for once and not force myself to power through this. And that's basically what I did. I just like hopped in bed, watched some Netflix on the TV, and just kind of chilled out and went to sleep. And I know that I'm saying that like it's like a novel concept, but like for me and the way like I guess my lifestyle is, it kind of is. I don't often have time or like the means to listen to my body when I'm tired. A lot of the time I have to just power through however tired I feel, which yes, I am aware that is not good for me, but like when you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. But because of that, and because I'm so used to just kind of living that way, when I do have the option to just kind of listen to my body and rest, it feels like weird, and it almost feels like I'm being lazy in a way, which is totally untrue. Like, it is so not being lazy if you decide to stop working at 9 p.m. That's literally what I did yesterday. I was like editing and I was just like, I'm just feeling tired, and it was like 9 and I just hopped in bed. But yeah, I'm gonna cool off for a little bit because I still just feel really gross from walking outside, and then I'm probably gonna do some editing, and then I'm gonna go to sleep, and then I'm probably going to rehearsal tomorrow unless they tell everybody not in Act 1 not to go. But again, don't think that's gonna happen because again, it's the first few days and we're just kind of like laying the groundwork. But yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, internet. So I mentioned yesterday that I was pretty sure that I wasn't going to be needed for most of today's rehearsals, and then pretty late last night, like right before I was going to go to bed, I got an email from the like assistant for the program, and it was just like a rundown of some of the stuff we did yesterday and then just some notes for today. And in that email she mentioned that mine and like a few other people's call time for rehearsal was going to be 2, but then literally like 5 seconds ago I got a text from her saying that my call has been changed to 4. So it's like almost noon now, and I was considering just like heading off to Manhattan and maybe getting there early and taking a walk or something. But now that my call's been changed to 4, I think I might go to Starbucks and edit some audio from this thing I shot this weekend. I would prefer to do that at home at my desk at my little workstation, but construction's going on in my house and it's pretty loud, and I'm like staring at the hole that's in the wall right now. But it's pretty loud around here, so I think I might go to Starbucks and just work on stuff for a couple hours, and then I'll head into Manhattan and I'll rehearse, and then I'll come back home. Okay, so I'm done with rehearsal for the day. I just stopped at Duane Reade to pick up a few things and I'm about to head home. I have some things to go over when I get home, just like staging stuff, notes I got in rehearsal, and I want to just like make sure I have everything written down character-wise for roles class tomorrow. Again, I was only needed for 2 hours in rehearsal today, which was kind of weird just because it's like a super short day. But I think I'm gonna walk downtown and catch the express bus just to have like a kind of relaxed ride home. You know you're millennial when spending $6.50 on the express bus is considered bougie. Released from rehearsal. I am walking down to the train right now. I could have got on the train like right at the building because the stop literally stops like right under the building where we rehearse. But I've been inside for most of the day except for lunch where I just zipped out, grabbed a sandwich and came back. So I just kind of wanted to like get a walk in, especially because it's not sunny, but I like confirmed visual on the sun. I haven't seen the sun in like a month because it's just been raining and raining and raining and raining here. But yeah, sometimes after long rehearsal days, it's just really nice to just like walk to a farther train stop or just get a walk in somehow just to, you know, see the outside world again. But anyway, this was our fourth day of rehearsal, I think. It's our fourth day of rehearsal, but it's our second or third day of staging. As of right now, we have finished staging all of Act 1. We have finished staging most of Act 2. And if that seems kind of crazy for only having been in staging rehearsal for like 2 or 3 days, it kind of is, but it's also kind of how some things in the professional world work. That especially will sound weird if you've only ever done school productions or even like community theater, where you stage over a longer period of time because you're rehearsing over a longer period of time. We're staging at breakneck speeds for kind of like 2 reasons. The first one being we can stage that quickly. Because when you do a program like this, like you don't learn your music in the program, like you show up memorized. So because everybody already knows their parts, or like mostly knows their parts, because obviously like some tripping and slipping is gonna happen like the first time we put it together with everybody. But anyway, because everybody basically knows their parts, it's really easy to just stage and keep going and keep going and keep going. Even if you're stopping to like tweak things, like it's really easy to just plow through. And also I will say, because like I had this experience at Figaro too, where like we had these like this week of just like super crazy long rehearsals. When you stage a lot really fast, i.e. stage at like breakneck speed, it actually helps you remember it. Because when you're just plowing through things and then you're going back and running it and like going back, switching casts and running it, you're doing it more and more and more, but you're doing it without like breaks and gaps in between. It just like really helps when you do it faster, if that makes any sense. Today was also the first day of classes. So the way the program normally goes, and as you probably saw if you were watching my vlogs 2 years ago, which most of you weren't, but like whatever, the way the program typically goes is that there's like 3 hours of classes in the morning, so that's normally 2 classes, which are each an hour and a half, have a 1-hour lunch break, and then you go to rehearsals for the afternoon. So right now, while we're just laying the groundwork and we're plowing through all of the staging, for the most part, everybody is called for everything. So the afternoon rehearsal block is 4 hours, and again, because we're just like plowing through, you know, staging it for the first time right now, everybody's called for all of it because we're covering a lot of ground. And once we get into like next week and the following weeks where we're just like going over stuff, I just got hit right in the eye with a raindrop from scaffolding and it was thoroughly unpleasant. But anyway, once we get to like going over things and doing like detail work, that's when they'll be like, okay, from this time to this time we're gonna do this, and this time to this time we're gonna do that. But anyway, this morning we had German class and we had roles class. German class was good. We went over some diction and stuff, and y'all, I really just need all the reinforcement on the diction, especially for the dialogue in the Fledermaus that I can get, because it's hard enough to learn opera roles because most of them, at least for me as a native English speaker, are not in my native language. I mean, I've actually done Die Fledermaus in English before, but whatever, it doesn't count. But what I'm trying to say is, as hard as it is to learn like your lines and your lyrics in like a musical in English or in something that's in your native language, it's like 5 times as hard to learn in a language that you don't know. Admittedly, I had an easier time with this in Figaro, even though I had, you know, 100 times more music and recits to learn. But I've taken Italian, I've studied Italian, like I know the language to some extent, I can understand it to some extent, so I had an easier time just like learning it because I didn't have to like, I don't know, I didn't have to do as much to like ingrain the translation. But for the German, like I've had to work so much on what is like relatively little material, but I've had to work so hard to memorize it and memorize the translations and know what I'm saying. So yeah, German class, good. And then we had roles class with the diva herself, Martina Arroyo. I've done this program before and I've auditioned for Martina like 2 or 3 times, but I don't know what it is, but like being around her just puts me in a good mood. She is so sweet and graceful and wise and knowledgeable, cool. And of course she's super inspiring, and like I remember when I did the program the first time, every day that we had roles class, like right after roles class, I would have like new things in my brain of what to do with my character. So yeah, pretty good day all around. Tomorrow morning we have stage combat, and y'all, I am so excited for that. We had stage combat when I did the program 2 years ago. It was like one of my favorite things. And yeah, I'm heading to the train. I have like 2 more blocks to walk, and I'll talk to you later. Many times, 95% of performing is not glamorous at all. I.e. this moment right now where I am literally redoing my hair in the bathroom after stage combat class because my hair and the rest of me got soaked in the rain this morning, and then my hair got even further messed up because it was in the rain before from like being really active in combat class, and also from doing things in stage combat class like being dragged across the floor by my hair. So I was gonna just re-braid my hair because I had my hair in like a French braid before, and then I did not do that because it was gonna be too much of a pain in the ass. So quick rundown of everything that's already happened today. So this morning I left my house and I did not take an umbrella because it didn't quite look like it was gonna rain, and I've been carrying my umbrella all week. It hasn't really rained, I haven't needed it, and it was just like this extra thing I had to carry. And when you have to carry extra things on public transit, it's just, no, it's annoying. So I decided not to take an umbrella, and then sure enough, like halfway to on my walk to the bus, which is only like 5 or 6 blocks, it's not far at all. Halfway there, I start feeling raindrops, and then it starts full on raining. So then I'm waiting for the bus, and of course the bus that I take to the train is the most unreliable bus in the city. Shout out to the Q29 for keeping me waiting in the cold, heat, snow, rain, every type of weather for my entire life. But anyway, so I'm like huddled under this awning and it is just raining its ass off, and then I check on like the bus time app where it shows you how far away the buses are, and it's showing me on the app it was like 8:30, and the app is sometimes wrong. So again, it's 8:30 and the app is saying that the next bus will get to this stop at 8:48. So like it wasn't gonna make me late, but it's just raining and raining and raining. And I knew that my mom was at the Starbucks a few blocks away, and so I just texted her, I'm like, hey, any chance I could get a ride to the train? Like, please and thank you. So luckily she came through. I ran like a block to meet her in the car, and yeah, got basically soaked this morning on the way into Manhattan. Had stage combat class, that was a ton of fun. We got to die, get pulled by our hair, get strangled, awesome. And now because I didn't have a second class in the morning and I don't have a coaching or anything, I basically have 2 hours to kill before rehearsal. Rehearsal's at 2, I think it's like noon right now. So I'm gonna practice some right now. I think I know what we're doing in rehearsal later, so I think I'll go over my lines of whatever we're doing later. And also might I add, like, I just didn't do makeup today because I wasn't feeling it. I knew I was gonna have stage combat in the morning. I knew that was gonna be a workout. I knew I was gonna sweat on the train and just on my commute because it's not even that hot outside, but it's the humidity, and when it's humid, you can sweat all you want, but you will never cool off. Like, the sweat doesn't have anywhere to evaporate to. I literally looked that up. It's science. But anyway, so I didn't do my makeup. I barely did my makeup yesterday. That was a good decision because I wound up getting soaked on my commute, and obviously like wound up, you know, sweating some in stage combat because it is a workout. But yeah, enough of my rambling. I'll talk to you later because I need to practice. Okay, so that is a wrap on the first week of Prelude. Today rehearsal, we basically just went over stuff in Act 1 and Act 2. We didn't really stage anything new. I'm on my way home now. I've been saying that I think I might like take the express bus all week because at the end of the day I'm really tired, and it's so humid outside it just makes you feel like even more gross. But anyway, when I'm really tired, I just like, you don't want to get on the train and just like sit there for an hour. And yeah, taking the express bus is actually slightly slower than taking the train, but it is like 10 times more comfortable. So I'm just committing to doing that today. And once I get home, this might be a little ambitious, this might not happen at all, but I am going to at least try to record some commentary for a video that, like, admittedly, it should be coming out today. But seeing as it's like 6:45 and I'm still in Manhattan, forget me needing to sleep. There literally aren't enough hours left in today for me to record commentary and edit the whole thing, but like, we're gonna try.